Alright fellas, welcome back. Oh my dear lord, I've been a little bit preoccupied in late, I've been a little bit preoccupied trying to wrap my head around what I'm wanting to do with the new setup wise, and a lot of you have left good responses on the last video that went up. I'm going to talk about that once we've dry hopped the Saison, the Belgian Saison. We have the hops weighed out. These are so berry-like and citrusy. It's very nice. So let's chuck these in, and then we can get talking about where I think I'm going to be going with the setup. How much of this you're going to be able to see? Hey, 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 hey. Yellow sub, 30 grams gone in for a 5-day dry up. Apparently yellow sub is a blend. Ah, very good. Right, this portion may be a little bit lengthy, so bear with or just wait for the next video. I completely understand, but I just want to talk about what I'm feeling about the setup, what you've said in the previous comments, and where my initial thoughts are with what route I want to go down. Because I've been doing a little bit of research. Ryan has put, in my opinion, Blichmann makes really nice stuff, but it's super expensive for what it is. I'm going to put a plug in for Spike Brewing. They've got the buy once, cry once system is what Spike Brewing call it. I have actually seen Spike Brewing kettles before. I think Terpsichorean Kid did a sponsored set with them where they sent him some kettles, and I've been on their YouTube channel checking out their videos. They do look mint, they do look really good, but I don't think I can get them in the UK. I'd have to buy them from America, and then I'd have to pay the import duties when they arrive. So although they may be cheaper than Blichmann, and probably not too much cheaper, then on top of the costings of paying import duties and whatnot, I don't think I'd be better off. Homebrew Griffo said, wouldn't Harry be able to roll and weld some sheet metal up to create my own? It wouldn't be fair because he's got a lot on his plate. I'm not saying he wouldn't help me out and slot me in somewhere to tinker about on them, but it's me getting up there as well, finding the time to get up there. But it wouldn't be fair for me to put on him to, even though he probably would, it's not fair for me to put on him. He's got a lot on his plate. So I was thinking about it, but no, I think I'm going to buy new. And then Norfolk Hillbillies put good old Clive. He's thinking it won't be long before Spike Brewing equipment makes it over here. SS BrewTech kit is solid and more available and cheaper than Blichmann. Blichmann is good, but some of it is price for the name. Mary Jamie, oof! Blichmann, very nice but very pricey. Check out brewbuilder.co.uk. I got my Herms coil and boiler from him. Harley Wiseman, Blichmann makes some good stuff, but as mentioned below, it's actually expensive for what you actually get. So most of the comments, there's one under here. Johnny Stevenson, what about SS BrewTech? Worth looking at. All options before spending big dollar. Yeah. A lot of people are saying that SS BrewTech is cheaper than Blichmann, and a lot of people are saying that with Blichmann you are paying for the name. and it's quite pricey for what you're getting. And then a lot of people saying, have at it, can't wait to see the videos rolling in when the stuff arrives. So yeah, basically that's the gist of the comments. Because of the fact that I don't think we can get Spike brewing equipment or Anvil pots over in the UK at the minute. I don't think there's a UK distribution for them. I could be wrong. If I am, leave me a link below. I have had a look and I couldn't find any. So it's left me with Blichmann and SS BrewTech. They're the two brands now that I'm looking at. But I've run the numbers and I've looked at each of their pots, and there's some good points about them and some bad points about them, but the clincher is the cost. If I go down the Blichmann route, here's a Blichmann Boilermaker. The Blichmann Boilermaker comes with the temperature probe in the front. It comes with this new runoff tap. It looks pretty good. You just untwist the tap to control the flow, and obviously all the way out is full flow. But once you're at that point, you can pull the stem out of the tap. It's held in with two O-rings for easy cleaning, and then you can just see right into the kettle to give it a good old clean. I'd like that. That's a good thing. Each of the Blichmann pots comes with a glass, sight glass, with stainless shrouds on the side that's etched with the markings, which is good. And each of the Blichmann pot comes with a pickup tube. That's it. So if I go down the Blichmann route, I'd need 3 of them pots, and then to turn one of them into a mash tun, I would then need to buy a false bottom for it, which is an additional £89, like 90 quid, just for the false bottom to turn one into a mash tun. The costing of these pots, £292 per Boilermaker, and that's for the 38 litre version. I'd need 3 of them, so that's £876 spent on just the pots. Then I'd have to spend another £90 on top of that for a false bottom to turn one into a mash tun. There are additional costs of elements, which I'm not going to put into this video. We're just looking solely on the price of the pots, because I'm going to have to buy an element for whatever pot I buy. Then if I look at the SS brew kettles, for a 40 litre pot, so not 38 like the Blichmann, a 40 litre pot, I'm looking at £160 per pot, which is a lot cheaper than the Blichmann pots at £292. So the SS brew kettles, 40 litres, £160 a pot, and I would need 2 of them pots, HLT and boil pot. I wouldn't need a third one, because they actually make an infusion mash tun, which we'll talk about in a minute. So for 2 of them pots, 40 litre SS BrewTech, £320. The SS BrewTech infusion mash tun, 10 gallons, is quite a fancy bit of kit. It's an insulated pot, so you've got it's basically a flask. You've got 2 walls of stainless steel, the outer wall and the inner wall, and it's all moulded together on the tops and the bottoms, but you've got an insulation that runs all the way around the sides, underneath, and the lid is also insulated. And that mash tun comes as a mash tun. You don't have to buy anything extra to have it as a mash tun. Comes with the false bottom. The thing I like about the false bottom in this mash tun is there's no hole in it for the pickup tube to go through. The false bottom is solid, a solid false bottom. It has a silicone ring that runs around it. It's snug in the mash tun, and then underneath the false bottom, the drain off hole is in the middle, so there's no loss of anything. It all runs through. It's almost like a bit of a conical designed mash tun, and then it runs underneath the false bottom and out to a 1/2 inch stainless ball valve. And they are £325. So just for the 3 pots, if I'm going down the Blichmann route, is £876, and if I'm going down the SS BrewTech route of having 2 kettles and this infusion mash tun, that's £645, which means that I'm saving £231 if I get 2 kettles and the mash tun from SS BrewTech, as opposed to just 3 of the Boilermakers from Blichmann, and they're smaller, 38 litre instead of 40 litre. So that's a big saving, £231, big saving. These prices are coming from Brew UK. This is where I'm taking the prices from. So there are a few issues that I'd have to overcome if I went down the SS BrewTech route, especially with the mash tun. The fact that it's a double-walled mash tun with insulation in the middle. If I want to put in a recirculation port in there, I'd have to go through the insulation and the 2 walls of stainless steel. The other thing I can do is have the lid off the mash tun and put the recirculation over the edge and in to where the mash is, which I was trying to get away from. I was wanting everything to have its own port and its own place to be, but it's a small price to pay when you're saving over £200. The thing I like about the Blichmann pots is they would all have a glass, side glass. Every pot would have a side glass. The SS BrewTech pots don't come with a side glass. They have it etched inside the pot, which is fine, I guess, but I want to have side glasses on them, so that means that I would have to spend additional money that I wouldn't have to spend with the Blichmann pots on side glasses. But that's a drop in the ocean because we're saving £231. Anyway, all these small little problems are exactly that, small little problems. When you are saving over £200, they're easily got round for the sake of saving £231. If I go down the Blichmann route, I would have to get the hot blocker, which I've already got, which I'm using already, so I've already got that. But it's a big bulky thing to have in when you're doing a whirlpool. The SS BrewTech kettles have what's called they have a trub dam, which is like a little moustache in front of the pickup tube, so that it stops the trub from reaching the pickup tube, which means you haven't got a big bulky hot blocker in there, so when you're doing a whirlpool it's coning more easily in the middle, and I like that. I do like that, but I think the main thing that's swinging it towards SS BrewTech for me is the fact that I'm saving £231 going down that route, and the fact that I'm also getting a fully insulated mash tun with that bottom drain underneath the false bottom, which looks pretty good. Get all that and saving £231, that's what I've got to remember. SS BrewTech, I'm saving £231 and probably more. Actually no, it's more, £310, because I've got to buy the false bottom for the Blichmann, so it's like £310 saving. So it's a no-brainer really, I guess. It's a no-brainer. But that's it, fellas. Let me know what you think. I loved getting the comments on the last video because it put me in the right mind for looking in the right direction. So let me know what you think. It sounds pretty obvious to me now I've said it out loud what route I'm going to be possibly going down. But yeah, that's it. I've already started to gather funds for it as well. Don't know if you can remember, but back in the day I was filming everything on a DSLR camera, a Nikon D7000. Put it on eBay on Wednesday, and on Thursday someone had bought it. So that was a huge chunk of money gone towards the setup. I've now looking for the 2 SS BrewTech kettles and the mash tun, 645 pound, and I'm probably just over halfway there already. So it's not a million miles away, not a million miles away, and I've got to spend some money on hoses and cam locks and stainless steel fittings for the pots to have whirlpool arms fitted and whatnot, but they're all things that I can do gradually. I'm looking forward to actually getting the parts in over a period of time and then doing the build, and then of course new control panel, which I'm looking forward to getting stuck into. But yeah, the funds are coming in. I've still got some more stuff on eBay. The wife, she used to sell Stella and Dot jewellery. She used to go do parties, and she packed up doing it. She's still got all the jewellery left, so I've got that up on eBay. Oh yeah, like a sinking ship, just getting rid of anything that's not nailed down. Just get rid of it. Well, that's it, fellas. That's it. We're on our way for it, and I think I know which route we're going down. But you know, leave your comments below and let me know what you think. And that's it. That's it. So as always, don't forget to thumb my video because you don't want to do. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Click the notes out. Share the video, get it off all. To see you until next time. I'm out of here.